What do your high ticket prospects really want from your services? You probably think that you know, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper today into really finding out what's that specific promise that you should be going out there to your clients and prospects with to actually catch their attention, get them on a call, or in my case, get them in a sales conversation, and ultimately get them into your high ticket program. So it's the first time joining one of my lives. I'm Brian Czekanski, and I help coaches in particular add 50K plus in profit every single month by converting, by re-engaging and converting those high ticket leads that their sales team has completely given up on. So today we're going to talk about, I've been going through a series of different case study interviews with a make money type of partner right now. He's got an investment mastermind going through and kind of interviewing a lot of his existing members, new members, to get a sense of, okay, obviously they want to make more income, they want more money, but like, what's the reason why? Like, what are some of the reasons why that we want to get into? And in talking and having these conversations with people, I got a lot of great insights into, okay, it's great to have money in the bank, but what is that dimensionalized version? What does it mean for their life if they have the ability to not only take money out of the specific market that this mastermind deals with, but like, how is that actually going to, how's it going to actually manifest in their life? So like, again, money is great. Talk about any kind of coaches talked about in the post that you might have got you here. Like, yeah, think about weight loss. People want to lose 20 or 30 pounds, but why? Like, what is the benefit on the other side? Are they single right now and they're looking for that partner? And they think after losing 20 or 30 pounds, that's going to get them to where they want to be. Are they going through health issues right now? And that's why they want to get rid of some of that weight, and that's going to clear up some of that stuff. So really digging a little bit deeper is kind of the key to, again, you might have great marketing right now. It might be speaking to your prospects, but if we want to go a level deeper and kind of scale your coaching business, we want to attract the right type of people. So if you think about like those clients that have been kind of like easy peasy for you, they've come in, they've taken action, they followed your advice, they've gotten amazing results, and you want more people like that, this is what you have to do to kind of sit down with them and figure out, okay, why do you really want to get to the solution that we're talking about? What's that dream outcome? Like, what is that next step? What's that dimensionalized step in terms of doing that? So I'm going to walk you through this part 3 of kind of a 3-part series I talked about in past episodes. The number one thing is kind of going out to being proactive and kind of reaching out to your past clients. Most people wait for a testimonial to come to them. Again, I talked about in part 1 of this series, which I'll kind of link above, part 1 and part 2. But again, anytime you've had success with people, go out with this first thing you should do is ask for a video testimonial. We want video testimonials versus written testimonials, because your prospects want to see and hear someone just like them. They've got that special snowflake type of objection where they're saying, I'm not sure if this is going to work for my unique situation. So they can see and hear somebody just like them, that looks like them, that sounds like them, is talking in the same language that they use. It's going to make it more likely that we can get over some of those objections really quickly and get them to the other side into your program, whatever it is. So again, I use kind of these 5 questions. You can kind of edit them as you see fit, but it gives people a little bit of a structure. So like anytime you ask somebody for a testimonial, they're like, yeah, what do I say? Like, what do you want me to say? What is most helpful for your prospects? And this is kind of the 5 questions that I've come up with. Again, it kind of equates to maybe like a minute, minute and a half, 2-minute type of video. I would encourage your prospects, again, like if they go through these 5 questions and they speak for 8 or 10 minutes, that's perfectly fine. You can always edit it down to something a little bit more impactful where it's 30 seconds or 1 minute that you can use in your Facebook ads, sales pages, all those kind of things. So we want you want your clients to be kind of speaking off the cuff, because they're not going to edit their words. They're going to give you the real truth, and you're going to get little nuggets that you can really condense down with a quick video edit to get down to something really impactful in terms of that. So getting them talking, that's why it's important to kind of get on video as well, because again, if people write it out, they're not going to give you a lot of detail, and they're going to edit it down as they come through. So again, kind of going through and asking these questions, super important in terms of doing that. I went through again in some of these intro questions. So again, this is where we talked about kind of those dimensionalized benefits when they first come into your program. Ask them, like, what are some of those key goals that you're looking for? So again, go back to the make money space. Like, why do you want to make more money? So again, in the case study that I did yesterday, again, the woman that I interviewed with, she talked about how she wanted to make more income because she wants to be able to live like she lives on the East Coast right now. She wants to move to the West Coast eventually when her daughter starts having kids. So the ability to kind of move to the West Coast where it's a lot more expensive, having the freedom to buy a house, get into an apartment, go into a condo without having to ask her daughter for additional money or to support her along the way. Just having that skill, like she got into this because she needs skills to she's 55 years old as well. So like she doesn't have time to, get another high paying job. She wants that ability to kind of live wherever she is in the world and be able to generate income, but do it with enough income that, again, she can live on the West Coast or a more expensive type of market very easily because she's got this skill that she can easily profit from on a daily basis. So again, it's much more than income. It's the ability to kind of live near her grandkids, the ability to not have to depend on anybody else for that income. And she knows, again, even as she gets into her older years, like she doesn't have to worry about money because she's got this skill, even as she gets into her 60s and 70s, that she can easily do in a few hours a day. That's really transferable. So again, just an example that came through in terms of that. So anytime somebody comes into your program, like again, do an intro even before they have results. Let's get a better idea of what they're coming in for. And that's stuff that you can copy and paste right into your Facebook ads, into your sales funnels. Like, okay, we don't want to we don't want to just make more money. We want to get into like, what are those dimensionalized benefits along the way? Then we got into the search for answers. Again, if you want to differentiate your program as much as possible, we want to understand like, what are other people trying? So again, another case study I did yesterday, I talked to a woman who was doing a lot of these investments. She had signed up for a bunch of other investment programs, and she talked about how they were way too advanced. Like they had the expectation of you had to be at a certain level of investment and trading to be able to succeed there. So there was no pathway for her to get from beginner to advanced to where they needed her to be, because they just didn't offer that roadmap. And in the program that I'm selling right now, we do offer that roadmap. So just that ability, again, as I thought about selling this program that I'm partnered with, okay, one of the key features that I can talk to for my audience is like, it doesn't matter if you haven't traded or done any investments whatsoever, because we give you this roadmap and talking through the differentiating points that are special for my program. Like again, even if you know nothing about trading or investments right now, we're actually going to hold your hand, and we've got these various different trainings. We've got live where you can show up and we'll hold your hand, like various different parts of the program where it just makes it super easy. Like even if you know nothing, we can get you there and graduate to higher levels along the way. So again, really understanding what other people have tried, what they failed at, why they think that has failed. Super important to differentiating what's out there, because again, most of your prospects, they're probably not just talking to you. They're probably talking to 8 or 10 other programs or coaches that are out there. Knowing where you stand and where you can differentiate yourself, big part of where marketing can go. Again, another part is like taking the plunge. So again, as they went through their marketing, what was another part of it? Again, another example from yesterday in terms of that case study. Like one of the people that I talked to, went through this webinar, and one of the things that came out from the webinar is kind of like this wormhole strategy, the ability to kind of collapse time and get results even faster than any other program that's out there. So again, kind of gave me some like, probably spent an hour or 2 hours on that webinar, but that was the one thing that this person came away with. So again, in my marketing, I'm going to lean into that strategy. I'm going to blow up that part of the strategy. They probably spent 2 or 3 minutes on it, but that 2 or 3 minutes was what caught this prospect's attention, eventually got them into the program. So if I can just blow up that 2 or 3 minutes and really dig in maybe with a little bit more detail, that's going to make a big difference. So really understanding like, what are the parts of the marketing that are working for people, catching people's attention, and how can we, maybe lean into that? How can we dig into it a little bit more? And by doing that, we're going to capture even more attention. We're going to get the right type of people into your program along the way. And then talking about those breakthroughs. So again, most people have a guess of what some of those breakthroughs were, but like you want to go back to your clients and say like, okay, what were the things along the way? What were those light bulb moments where it's like, yes, okay, like this is what's working for me. This is what got me to a higher level. You might not even realize the little things that you're doing, but once you hear from clients, it's super important. So again, kind of the new material today, we're talking about today in part three is really thinking about like, okay, you've worked with somebody, they've gotten great results. Again, anytime they hit a milestone is a great opportunity to jump on a case study, do a live call with somebody and kind of go through some of these questions here. So we've hit our goal. It might be a small goal. It might be that first step, but again, we want to celebrate the milestones of any type of clients that we have, like recognition and validation are a big part of coaching. So we want to make sure that we're going out and celebrating people as much as possible, but also digging in like, okay, what does this goal mean for you? So like this first big win, um, where did you come from? Why is it so important? And what does it look like for you? So we got this first big win, but like, what has this opened up for you? Again, like what are some of those feelings around it? So again, we want to kind of touch on some of those emotional stories. Those emotional stories are going to be key for you in the rest of your marketing as well. And then just thinking about like, what are some of those other milestones? So again, if they've gone into a 6 month or 1 month, 1 year program for you, they've been through a variety of different milestones. They've hit a bunch of problems and obstacles. They've gotten through those, but they're now, maybe they have a different identity now and they have a better idea of what's possible for them. So then now they've got a new set of problems. They've got a new set of obstacles. So as you think about renewing them for another 6 months or a year, it's important to kind of think about like, what are those next milestones and how can you potentially line up your coaching program, your expertise with those new set of milestones in doing that. So it might be just renewing them for another 6 months or 12 months to do that. But like, again, having a good sense of like, where are people graduating along the way? What new problems do they have? So that, okay, if you got a mastermind, you can obviously get some more beginner people, but you can have more advanced people along the way and talk about those more advanced milestones that get people into that and paying, 20, 25K or more to hit some of those more advanced milestones. So knowing where kind of some of that journey looks like is really important. And then finally, kind of looking at like, what is that new reality? So again, most of the time when people sign up for coaching, they have a good idea of what they want to solve. And as they go through your expertise and go through their coaching and kind of get into a new identity, they might get to the point where it's like, wow, I didn't even know this was possible, or I didn't even know I was going to be able to experience this in life. Or maybe they hit these milestones and they didn't know how those milestones were going to open up different things in their life as they went along. So kind of describing, kind of a 360 view of like, hey, how's your life different now? Like, why is that so important? And again, really thinking about the dimensionalized benefits of that. So it's not only about making more money or losing weight or all those kind of things. Like, how is it affecting them in their day-to-day life? Are they getting more attention from other people? Are people coming up to them and giving them compliments? Are they succeeding more in their job? Do they have more confidence because they're able to make more money now? And what is that allowing them to do? Are they able to take a trip to Italy and Iceland and kind of go through their bucket list way faster than they thought was possible because they have the confidence now to make money and do that along the way? And then really getting into specific moments. So again, don't just talk generally about what's going on. Can you give me the specific light bulb moment when you hit this milestone? Can you give me specific moments along the way? That specificity in terms of moments, especially when you're talking about the problems, like what is their trigger moment? But on the flip side, like what's the moment that you knew, like, okay, I finally made it. Like this coaching made a huge difference because X, Y, and Z is happening to me on a daily basis, weekly basis. This was an amazing thing that happened in the supermarket. This person came over and was just gushing about how amazing I looked in, my new outfit that I just bought because I lost 30 pounds and doing that. So really getting super specific in terms of those things will really change the dynamic of what your marketing can do. Obviously, you can have very good marketing. The difference between good and great marketing is really that specificity, really digging into that, and really being specific in who you want to target. So really taking your best clients and thinking about like, okay, how can I start talking a little bit more specifically to specific prospects? And the good part is like, as you're getting more specific, especially in terms of your Facebook ads, Google ads, Facebook will have an easier time of putting your ads in front of the right people because it's going to be, with specificity, people are going to go deeper in terms of catching their attention, but it's also going to disqualify people that it's not right for. So eventually the Facebook algorithm is going to get really smart in terms of like who's reacting and who isn't. And it's going to get a great idea of like, okay, this is the perfect person to put this ad in front of. You're going to get higher conversions. You're going to have lower costs along the way. So specificity versus being really general. And the way to do that is really to ask specific questions within your case studies, just like this, and going through that in that process. So again, I hope this three-part process has been helpful. Again, testimonials and case studies is something, especially if you're a coach and expert, most people don't do enough of it. They kind of just focus on who's that next new client that I'm going to have. They hope that some of their best clients kind of just share some of the stuff organically, but being a little bit more strategic, being more proactive in terms of getting your best clients on Facebook Live or just recorded Zoom is super helpful to kind of start spreading the news about all the great things that you're doing, but also understanding like what are some of those more second level and third level benefits that they are experiencing so that you can really copy and paste some of that stuff into your marketing and start attracting people that are just like the clients that you've really enjoyed working with. We don't want to just fill bodies into your program. We want to attract the right type of people that you've really enjoyed working with, that take action, that get quick results. Like, why not make your coaching program that much easier? And the clients that you work with, like, there's no reason to make it hard. One of the easy ways to do that is to do some of these case studies and testimonials and really digging a little bit deeper into that. And you're going to get all the ingredients that you need to start scaling your coaching business, get in front of the right type of clients that you're looking for, and ultimately, get the type of business that you are looking for at scale overall. So hope this was helpful. Again, I'll link up above kind of part 1 and part 2. If you missed it, whatever platform you're watching on, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below, what are some of those dimensionalized benefits? Like, what space are you in, and what are some of those second level and third level dimensionalized benefits that you're talking to your audience? In that would be great to know what you're gleaning from some of these questions as well as you have these conversations. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and I'll see you on a future live.